Welcome to Jazz Time. JazzTime.com is an online store that buys, sells, trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so our customers can easily choose the best watch for themselves in the comfort of their own home. If you like this watch and would like to purchase it at the lowest price anywhere online, click on the link in the description below to buy it at JazzTime.com. Today, I'm going to be reviewing the Rolex Day-Date 40 in white gold and diamonds, reference 228349 RBR with a diamond and sapphire Paved Dial, diamond bezel in white gold. Reference 228349 RBR. Now, I will tell you a little bit about the history of the Day-Date, then tell you about where this watch stands in the lineup of other similar Day-Dates, then tell you about the case bezel dial bracelet movement, and finally try it on to give my thoughts. So let's start with the history. The Day-Date came about in 1952, or was it 53? Or it was in the early 50s, and it came out about 7 years or so after the advent of the Datejust. And the Datejust was revolutionary in that it was automatic movement, which means it did not need any battery to run, one of the first of its kind. And it also was waterproof. So the combination of being waterproof and running from the motion on your wrist without using any battery or having to wind it made the watch really revolutionary. 7 years later, Rolex decided to up the ante by increasing the number of complications by one, and now the watch had both the day and the date. So Monday through Sunday and 1 through 31 at the 3 o'clock position, making it Rolex's most complicated Datejust or most complicated dress watch at the time, and even kind of now after all these years. What's it been like? I think 70 years now. Okay, that's a little bit about the history. Now, of course, the Day-Date has come, since it's been around for so long now, it's got tons of different variations. I'll basically break it down into two, which brings us to our next section, our next topic, which is where this watch stands in the lineup. Now, the Day-Date 36 is the small other two, and the Day-Date 40 is the larger of the two. The Day-Date 40, or this larger size, has only been around since around 2005, which is not that long, 20 years, considering that the president or the Day-Date has been around since the 50s, which makes it like 70 years old. Now, where does this watch stand? Well, the Day-Date 40 comes in all the precious materials: yellow gold, white gold, rose gold, and even platinum. But this one in particular has a diamond dial or diamond bezel on it, which elevates it to that next level. It is definitely one of the highest end watches, or one of the highest end Day-Dates. The cheapest Day-Date is just going to be a regular Day-Date with a fluted bezel. This one has a diamond bezel, and not only does it have a diamond bezel, it also has a Diamond Pave Dial, which actually brings it to one of the most expensive Day-Dates that you can get. So yeah, where it stands in the lineup, pretty much at the very top. I'm not so sure you can get anything more expensive than this Day-Date. Actually, you could if you change it to platinum, but in terms of white gold, I think this would actually be the very top. There is nothing more expensive when it comes to Day-Dates than this one, except I think if you maybe change the bezel. I think you can, if I'm not mistaken, I think you can also change to a actually, there is no other bezel. Just only on the platinum there is a baguette bezel, but on the white gold there's only round diamond bezel. So there you have it. It is actually the most expensive Day-Date in white gold that you can get, with it all diamonds everywhere. So we'll get to it when we start talking about the specifics. Let's start with the case. Now, the case is 40 millimeters, and it's all made of white gold. And Rolex, by the way, has their own gold foundries where they mix the gold to make sure that it has the right percentages and mixture of each material, because when they do their gold mixing, they have a proportion of silver, of copper, or platinum, palladium, etc., to ensure that the right hue or the color of gold is presented in every Rolex, and it's meticulously done the same throughout on all Rolexes. or at least all of them that are done in white gold. Okay, so that's a little bit about the case, and you might think with these added complications the watch would get very thick, but it still keeps a nice clean 12 millimeter, which is I think the same as the Datejust. So even though it has more complications, they managed to pack it all in and not make it more complicated. Okay, now let's move on to the bezel. The bezel, being a diamond bezel, adds uh, quite a bit on the price tag here. I want to say adding a bezel is like maybe $10,000-$15,000 more. And why is that? Well, Rolex chooses the best diamonds possible, D-color, internally flawless, natural stones, all the best diamonds that one could choose. On top of that, not only they start with the best quality, they also have the best gem setters that meticulously go through each one, hand set it, ensuring that the orientation, position, the regularity, the strength, etc., is perfectly done so that you end up with a sparkling symphony to enhance the watch and enchant the wearer. Right, basically, they do a great job on the bezel. Not only, which brings us to our next section, which is the dial. Now, not only did Rolex make a beautiful bezel, I like it with this combination because when you put the Diamond Pave Dial, bling it all out, you have to do the bezel and the dial, in my opinion. If you're gonna have this crazy dial, it doesn't make sense to just have the fluted bezel. You guys gotta go all the way, and that Rolex definitely went all the way on this one. It's completely diamonded out. It's actually a work of art. Very beautiful. And what I can point out here is that the hour markers are done in baguette diamonds. So that means that 2, 3, or sorry, 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 10, and 11 are all done in baguette diamonds. And then very subtly, but still outstanding, they did sapphires, baguette sapphires cut in at the 6 and 9. And then for the rest of it, they did pave diamonds to diamond pave the entire face of the dial. I mean, just beautifully done. And it really is a sight to behold. I actually think it's great. And if you can pull it off, if you're somebody who has, the coolness to wear this watch, to pull it off, then yeah, this definitely could be a watch for you. Okay, now let's move on here to the bracelet, which is also known as a president bracelet, and it is 3 semicircular links across, and it is known and easily recognizable. It's a fantastic looking bracelet. In my opinion, the best bracelet that Rolex makes, better than their Oyster or their Jubilee. It's just a beautifully done bracelet. I could look at this one all day. All right, the movement here is a 3255, precise at plus minus 2 seconds a day, and it has a power reserve of 70 hours. Great movement. Not much to be said other than it's great, it works. So, time for me to try this watch on my wrist. Now, I'm 6 foot tall, 200 pounds, and I have a 7.5 inch wrist. As you see, 40 millimeters definitely does not look too small on me. It's a perfect size. I could recommend it for anyone who has a wrist size of, let's say, 6.75 or greater. Probably 7 inch actually would be or greater. Now, how could I recommend this watch? Well, it takes a certain somebody to wear a completely diamonded out watch. So you have to be ready for that. Now, for those who are fortunate enough to both be able to afford it and also have the cool style to go along with wearing this watch, it's an amazing watch. And it's all retail price is around 90,000 or so after tax is nearly 100,000. And of course, we're selling it for cheaper than that at jazztime.com. But basically, it's a $100,000 watch, and it just looks every bit the part. It's what you would imagine from a $100,000 watch. It's got diamonds, precious metals from a top brand, amazing resale, amazing bling factor, it factor, everything. It's just a fantastic looking watch. I can imagine, the boss, whoever that is, wearing this kind of watch. Okay, so look, if you want to buy this watch at the lowest price anywhere online, click on the link in the description below to buy it at jazztime.com.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to Model as seen in video, click on it and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at jazztime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in JazzTime, plus the brand, model and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.